My name is Anna Kocic. I am going to be your host today. I work on kind of the research and customer analysis, customer interviews side of the business. And today's speaker is the lovely Tammy. Tammy, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hey everybody, I'm Temi Arinoso. I'm work here at 10 to 8. I'm the business transformation NHS accessibility consultant here, and I'm looking forward to continuing the conversation with everyone today.
Brilliant. So I think we can dive into today's presentation. The floor is all yours, Tammy, and I will see you when the posts come up.
Awesome. Just give me a second. I'm just going to share my screen. Great. Anna, could you just quickly confirm if you can see my screen?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. So welcome everybody to today's conversation. Just as Anna said, we'll be discussing the 10 to 8 accessibility suite. It is something that we are extremely proud and excited of as well. And so I'm looking forward to going through that with you all today. So just to give you an overview of what we will be covering today, we'll be going over why is accessibility important in the first place, the story behind the accessibility suite, and what brought the accessibility suite to 10 to 8. And what the accessibility suite actually includes, the pieces behind it there, and benefits for your patients as well as your NHS Trust, and the advantages that you will see on both of these sides there as well. And then a sneak peek demonstration. We're very much a show, showing you and rather than telling you in terms of our products. And what we'll do at the end is leave some time there for any questions that do come through and getting those answered either by myself or my colleague there, Anna. So why accessibility and the importance of accessibility in scheduling appointments? So of the world's population, but 15% has some sort of level of disability. 3.5% is blind or has moderate to severe visual impairment, and 5% has disabling hearing loss. When we look at percentages can just get lost in numbers, but actually when you think of the world's population, there's about 7.8 billion of us in this world. So when we now look at those statistics and those percentages there, actually these numbers do represent quite high numbers within our population. 15% of the world's population has some sort of level of disability. That's representing almost 1,050,000,000 people. That's a lot of people within our, within the planet that does have some sort of disability. And now looking at that number, and we see that actually only 1% of the top million homepages on the web actually meets the most widely used accessibility standards. So there is with regard to this demographic is actually severely underserved. And this is something that 10 to 8 did want to look at and ensure that in the products that we are providing, we want to ensure that this is absolutely accessible to everybody, to ensure that they are able to go through that scheduling piece there. And not only do we see this as important in terms of course, serving the world's population, but this was actually born from a very personal story from one of our founders here at 10 to 8. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a very short video just to hear that story there as well.
The idea for this new product suite came from a very personal story. So there are two sisters who are friends of mine, Kate and Jane, and they both suffer from the same medical condition. Unfortunately, they both suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. So they require biological therapy and a special set of medications to keep their conditions under control, as well as regular blood tests and visits to the hospital. Kate has a milder version, and her elder sister, Jane, has a more severe version of the illness. She also has to use a mobility scooter as she has trouble getting around. Now, Kate is more familiar with technology, so she can book her blood tests and her doctor's appointments online. She also knows that the new appointment slots become available at 8 p.m. in the evening, so it's easy for her to go and find the best time just by visiting the website and finding it. Jane, on the other hand, she only books appointments over the phone. She doesn't have a computer. We only recently got her a mobile phone. So she has to call up early in the morning and often has to wait 15 or 20 minutes in a queue before she gets to talk to the receptionist before she's offered the slots, offered the times. And by that point, most of the best slots have gone. Now, due to her reduced mobility and the fact that she lives in a fairly rural area, getting to the appointments is difficult. There's limited transportation and bus options. So it's very difficult for her to find a time that's suitable, which fits with the schedule. And she often misses them due to unforeseen circumstances. So even though Kate has the milder condition, she ends up getting the higher quality healthcare. Jane, who has the more serious condition, well, she either has to ask Kate to help with the booking online, or she's sitting in the queue waiting for the appointment. And in the worst case, she misses out on healthcare completely. So I thought, we can solve this problem. So that's what we did.
And I hope that sort of resonates with you. I mean, when I heard this myself, it was something that was actually, it really does help to push the sort of narrative here, just how much that we are doing in terms of it not just being an accessibility suite, but actually ensuring that, everybody has that right to being able to get, best in class health services here. And so, yeah, I am really proud of 10 to 8 and to, be a part of this project here as well. So I'm just going to go back to the presentation. Just moving on to the next question there is, what is the accessibility suite? And we've sort of tagged this as the solutions that make appointments accessible for everybody. So in a nutshell, the accessibility suite, this is based on a combination, as I said, of a lot of hard work here at 10 to 8 and making our system easy to use and effective and possible to helping businesses of all shapes and sizes organize their appointments. And we do this via our Omnichannel, so making sure that this is accessible to everybody via our patient booking system as well. So Omnichannel meaning, you are able to book whether this is via the web, whether this is via phone booking system, which we'll move to shortly, in terms of reminders and things like that, making sure that this is over a number of mediums, so SMS, email, voice reminders, ensuring that, there are multiple mediums and multiple channels that you can communicate with your patients, but also so that your patients can also communicate back with you as well. And as I said, as we've just heard just now, there are other things to consider, such as, what happens if somebody has difficulty seeing available times. So we have now taken the ease of booking up a level to encompass not just, most people, but actually all people, and that is included that 15% that we were discussing earlier in terms of the world's population. As part of that as well, 10 to 8 is actually on the gold standard of what we call the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, and so what we call WCAG. And so this ensures that not only are you adhering to best practices, but also you are offering a fully compliant service that is accessible for all as well. And then again, just going back to my previous point, which is the omni-channel reminders. So this being via email, via SMS, but via voice reminders. And accessibility is not just to do with connecting offline versus online, but accessibility is also to do with being able to communicate in the first place. So 10 to 8 is available in 120 plus countries and is available in 20 plus languages as well. So not only is there the accessibility in the technical ability, whether it's the physical ability, but also being able to communicate that accessibility there as well. So online plus phone. So again, where I was talking about meeting the online, meeting the offline world. So our telephone bookings part is a huge part of our accessibility. And it's great to hear, great for business owners, as you have an extra receptionist for those who prefer to use the phone for any reason as well. And what we've seen as well is, again, with our automated booking line there as well, it does mean that even for those who don't have you want to sort of replace that receptionist, you can use our automated phone booking line to be able to take this. And this is something that works 24/7, 24/7 days a week, 365 days a year, and ensures that there are no waiting times. So this reduces your waiting time load in order to ensure that, when the appointments are available, your patients can actually book these appointments as well. And most importantly for your patients as well, again, not everybody has easy access to the internet, so they are able to do this via the phone, again, at any time as well. And we'll go over a very sort of short demonstration as well on this. And not only is it important to actually be able to make those bookings, going back to that communication piece, you want to also ensure that once a booking has been made, what is that communication to ensure that somebody does actually turn up to those bookings and helping to enable that activity. So with also our text plus voice, again, our accessible reminders here, 10-8 reminders are proven to reduce patient DNAs by up to 90%. So again, not just for the most of the population, but also for 15% of the population, again, that have some form of disability, we ensure that we provide accessible ways of our reminders to ensure that they are also just as informed of their appointments as possible. Again, reducing your admin load on your side as well, ensuring that your patients can actually turn up to their appointments. With all that we've spoken about now with regards to accessibility suites, I guess one of two most of the important things is what is the actual benefits for both the NHS Trust, but also for your patients. And we're just going to expand on that a bit in the next few slides. So benefits for your NHS Trust. Firstly, it's the ease of use and the fact that it's easy to implement. So 10-8 is an extremely easy to use system to ensure that it can be implemented within your trust. So it's minimum training required. It integrates seamlessly with your existing tools. We are not reinventing the wheel here. We want to ensure that we do not disrupt your existing workflows. We understand how busy it is within a trust, and the worst thing that you want to do is then bring in an overly complicated system that no one can actually work. So again, ensure that it easily integrates with your existing tools and there's no interruptions of your existing workflows. More automation and less admin. So going back to that automated omni-channel bookings over both the telephone and also online. So again, you're able to ensure that you can use your resources within the trust to ensure that it's not being focused on admin, but it's actually being focused on delivering best-in-class services. Automated omni-channel reminders via SMS, email, and voice calls. So again, that communication with your patients to ensure that they do turn up to the appointments as well. And then trusted by NHS Trust and 100K organization worldwide. So 10-8 is a UK-based company founded in 2011. So again, one of the important parts here is we do understand the market. We are based within the UK as well. There's a dedicated telephone support 24/7 for our NHS Trust, trusted capacity load management. And just to add to this point here as well, going back to that minimum training required, is we have a dedicated NHS onboarding team. We have worked with a number of trusts. You can see some of that in the presentation already. So the London Northwest University Healthcare, Delft, Nottingham and Nottinghamshire CCG here that we've worked with as well. So we do have the expertise in this, and we have a dedicated onboarding team. So the training is not left to your team, again, adding to their workload. Our team will be able to help you with getting this set up and getting it set up quickly. So then again, you can focus on providing that best-in-class service. So benefits for your patients as well. As we already said, we are WCAG compliant, gold standard to that as well. It's accessible to everybody. So the elderly, the non-tech savvy, the disabled, but also just to add to this point as well, again, those where, English may not be their first language. So you want to ensure that no matter what, people can actually book via the fact that 10-8 is available in 20+ languages as well. It's safe and secure. Data is important. So contactless patient booking, remote check-ins, automated telephone booking flow, as well as secure data storage as well. And just providing that improved patient experience and engagement. So simple rescheduling via the patient portal, so that self-initiated patient booking, accessible reminders via text and voice, and finally no queues or crowded waiting areas. I think one thing that definitely COVID is rejigged the way that we operate or trust operate, and is ensuring that our trust, our clinics are not overcrowded, and providing a service like this helps to manage those waiting times and also the capacity within clinics and trusts. And just delving a bit more again into our omni-channel platform. So 10-8 makes the entire booking process accessible. We've been using that keyword throughout this whole presentation here. So it is WCAG compliant online booking pages, queueless phone appointment scheduling. So I think one of the things that has come out as well during this pandemic is the being able to actually book an appointment is becoming, it's becoming more and more difficult for Trust. Having somebody stationed at a desk, having to take in all of these phone bookings and these phone appointments, and trying to get those people scheduled in as well. So 10 to 8 helps to take away that heavy load and ensure that you are able to provide a service 24/7 here. Accessible omnichannel reminders, again via that text and voice, and the secure high contrast design patient portal. In doing all of this, it provides that better patient experience, and then also less administration for your workforce as well. So, the automated admin-free scheduling and reminders. So not only the scheduling piece, another big thing that was coming out through our conversation was also the rescheduling piece. So giving that and putting that in the hands of your patients to be able to be like, do you know, Wednesday, the 23rd at 10 a.m. no longer works for me. I actually need to book it for, the next day. Actually enabling and empowering your patients to be able to do this as well, without having to dedicate a staff member to do that. And then the voice not to text transcriptions in the staff calendar view as well. So, if somebody does call up, hey, I'm running late for an appointment, or I've forgotten this blood test form, if they do ring up, that will be transcribed within 10 to 8 for you as well. So again, you don't have to have somebody stationed, at a desk to take these calls. And so in doing all of this, again, it's that 10 to 8 bringing the analog and the digital technologies together to bring NHS workers and also your patients together to deliver that best-in-class service that is, of course, appreciated from the NHS here as well. So, making appointments happen for everybody. And I think at this point, we do want to show off some this amazing feature. And so, Anna, I think I'm going to be handing it over to you to show off our automated phone booking system.
Yeah, that's right. So what is going to happen now is that I'm going to dial a number, the number that is on the screen. So it is, if you're from the UK, then 0740 10 to 8. So it's really easy to remember. You can dial it together with me. And this is our automated phone booking system. And even if 100 of us will dial it at the same time, it will work. But what I will do is that I'm going to dial this number, put it on speakerphone, and hopefully you will be able to hear what happens.
You have reached 10 to 8 Accessibility Suite. We offer 3 services. Press 1 for example blood test. Press 2 for example X-ray. Press 3 for discovery call with 10 to 8. Press 0 to hear the services again. You have selected discovery call with 10 to 8. There are appointments available on Friday the 9th of July. Press 1 to select Friday the 9th of July, or press 3 to look at the following week. There are appointments available on Monday the 12th of July. There are also appointments available later in the week. Press 1 to select Monday the 12th of July, press 2 for days later that week, or press 3 to try a full week later. You have selected Monday the 12th of July. There are 5 times available. Press 1 for 9:10 a.m. Press 2 for 12 p.m. Press 3 for 1:40 p.m. Press 4 for 2:40 p.m. Press 5 for 3:40 p.m. Press 6 for later in the week. Press 0 to hear. You have selected 1340. Now, please say your name.
Anna Kocsis.
Thank you. Just to confirm, you want to book a 20-minute discovery call with 10 to 8 at online. Phone on Monday the 12th of July at 1:40 p.m. To confirm, press 1. Thank you. Your appointment is confirmed for Monday the 12th of July at 1:40 p.m. Goodbye.
So this would be it. I would encourage everybody to call the number 740 10 to 8 and try it out for yourself.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Anna. I think one of the key things that Anna did say during that as well is no matter how many people are booking at the exact same time on that phone line, they will be answered. And that is, again, one of the amazing things with our automated phone booking lines. It does really open you up to everybody and ensures that everybody who does call your number at that time does get an appointment, which is great. So that is the end of the presentation, and I'm open to any questions that you have at this point.
So we have a couple of questions. So I'm just going to read out a few of them. One of them would be, how does 10-8 integrate with different IT systems and across healthcare settings?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So one thing I would say with 10-8 is we are extremely flexible in how we integrate with your sort of workflows there. So we have our dedicated teams. We are a UK company, so we have our dedicated teams who are able to discuss with you ways that 10-8 can integrate with your different PAS systems, as well as your EPR systems. It's just more a case of understanding sort of what the flow is there, and then 10-8 to work our magic with your help, of course, to ensure that it works within your flows. So at least this way, there is no interruption in terms of your current tools, and no interruption in terms of your existing workflow. So again, we're happy to have these conversations on a case by case, but the most part of it is we integrate with most sort of PAS EPR systems. It's just a case of us going through the conversation there.
Brilliant. And I think we have time for one more quick question. Let me just choose one. Okay, this looks like a quick one. So how much interruption to existing workflow processes is there when implementing 10-8? Is it a lot of training is there a lot of training required and a lengthy onboarding process?
Yeah, great question. I think one of the resounding things that's come out when we've onboarded our other sort of partner trust is just how quick the training is, just because it's just so easy to use. And the great thing is 10-8 sets up a lot of this stuff for you anyway. And it's more a case of just showing you sort of the system itself. So in terms of the training, it is a really quick sort of turnaround there. But the point is, look, technology is technology, right? And you want to be able to ensure that if something does happen or something you don't quite understand something, do you have a team or do you have a dedicated support line where we can just, we can get in contact with 10-8? And I think that piece is actually the more important piece, because 10-8 is very quick in a training piece. That part is really easy, but it's that ongoing support, and that is something that 10-8 does provide. We are a UK company, so we do work according to your hours as well. And then we have a dedicated NHS support team who are experts within this field in terms of these integrations and onboarding, and are able to help you with any problems that you may face, and getting those problems resolved as quickly as possible.
Brilliant. Thank you for those answers, Tammy. I'm conscious that we overrun a bit, so we are going to answer all the other questions via email. But
Cool.
if today's presentation resonated with you and kind of sparked your interest, then please do get in touch with us either via email or via phone. You can email nhs@10-8.com or dial the number on the screen, and we'll be sure to get back to you ASAP. And if you'd like to learn more about the accessibility suite, then visit our website and you will find some information there about it. And yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for attending this webinar today. Again, if you're attending the Convensus event, I can see that Sharon is. But if you are too, or the Healthcare Conferences UK event, then please feel free to pop into our sessions there and learn a bit more about what else we're doing in the NHS. So again, thanks everybody. Thank you, Tammy, for the brilliant presentation. And yeah, I hope to see you next time.
Awesome. All right,
Brilliant.
bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.